Hello and welcome to Garrett Farms. We're back with another episode of Elm Creek, and we're advancing time here. We've gone ahead 2 days since the previous episode, and as you can see here, we've already got a full loading zone of our lettuce, and it's been raining all morning. We kind of advanced time to the middle of the day here. It looks like the rain's going to clear up here momentarily, and so we're going to have to start bringing this stuff up to a sell point of some kind here, and I'm coming to the realization we're probably going to need something to pick up pallets with. I'm not sure what we're gonna do about that just yet, but we're gonna maybe I've got an idea. Actually, we've got a new tractor mod I want to try out, and I'm pretty sure it's got a front loader available, and we've been kind of wanting to get another tractor for the farm. If we look at the finances here, you can see it's not costing us a whole lot in loan interest as we move forward in the days here. We paid a whole $42 in interest on our $15K loan in April, and so we're not going to be too worried about it. We've got a little bit of recurring costs now that we've got the greenhouses set up, but really not too bad here. So we're gonna have to maybe thinking about taking out a loan here and buying some more equipment for the farm. A second tractor is gonna let us kind of move through some of the work a little bit easier, and we're a small farm. We don't need anything too big, so I don't think it's gonna be super expensive. So let's see what we can do to head on up to the dealer and make a deal. So I've been fortunate enough to be given early access to this 6020 that Dennis Farms has been working on. We've got a front wheel assist version as well as the two-wheel drive version. We're gonna try out this two-wheel drive version. It's a nice little tractor, and the base price not that expensive. I think we'll probably bump it up a little bit, give it some options here, but before we do that, we're gonna need to take out a loan. We've bumped our loan up to have 100K in the bank here to give us a little bit of flexibility. I think what we're gonna do is not put any front weights on this thing because we're going to put a front loader on it. We do have 36 and 30-inch wheel options. I'm going to go with the 30-inch wheel options because we might get this out in the field at some point. We do have GPS options, but given that we're not currently running a GPS mod yet, we're going to leave that as is. What do we got here? Cab design. Ooh, that's fancy, but we don't need that. Passenger seat. That's interesting. We'll slap down $500 for that. We could put a rear view mirror inside the cab. I kind of like that, actually. Let's try it out. Front loader attachment. I played with these a little bit. I think this is the one that we're going to end up using. And engine setup is the really interesting part of this mod. And so we've got the 6120 model, the 6220, the 6320, and the 6420. However, we've also got the Synchro Plus transmission here. We have a Power Quad transmission, a Power Quad Plus transmission, and then an IVT transmission. Now, since I'm planning to use this for a lot of loader work, we're gonna stick with the IVT transmission. We're gonna get the biggest one available to us. This is gonna let us have the most flexibility with this particular tractor on our farm. 120 horse isn't a lot, but if we can handle doing our pallet work, maybe hauling the gravity wagons and a few other things with this, I think it's going to be worth the investment, especially because we're still under 60K here, and we can always sell it off if it doesn't end up being that useful to us. I'm going to go ahead and paint the attachment arms in a John Deere green just to keep things all shiny here, and I think we're going to call that good here. And then the other two pieces of equipment that we're going to need is a front loader attachment. Looks like I can't change the colors here on this front loader, but I tested this out a bit, and this 3-meter quickie seems to work the best. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of those, and then I think we're going to need a pallet fork to get us started here. Just looking to see, we've only got the one option, so that makes life easy, I suppose. All right, so the dealer was kind enough to bring this thing up here to the farm, even though we're not really that far away from the dealer. We could have just drove it down here. It gives us a chance to honestly check out this new Peterbilt semi here that we found. I believe it's an Expendables modding mod, and Yeah, it works a little bit better than the in-game Mac, but still has a bit of wheel slip. So that's unfortunate, but it does seem to work a bit better. And so we'll be playing around with this. It's a really well done mod. So definitely keep your eyes out. There's a lot of cool mods coming out here for FS22, but I'm super thankful the dealer was able to bring this out for us. Makes our life easy. And so we're going to let him get about his day and go check out our new tractor. So let's put this new tractor through its paces. We've got the produce truck come to pick up all of the lettuce that we've got coming out of these greenhouses here. And my big concern right now is whether or not we're gonna have enough room here to pick up these pallets without crashing into our field here. I believe we do have crop destruction turned on, and so I'm a little nervous. Let me just try a small piece here. We've got narrower tires though, so hopefully that's not going to be a problem here. That looks good. All right, not that we want to be driving through the fields, but if we accidentally go out of range here, it's not going to be the end of the world. So this IVT transmission is going to make scooping these things up a little bit easier, and we're going to go ahead and just start loading up this semi here and see how far we can get. Now I'm wondering if he's a little bit too close to our loading zone here. I might have better luck if I were to pull him forward a smidge, but we're going to give this a shot. I'm kind of curious how many of these I'm going to be able to get into here. I'm also curious if I should be stacking these up more than one tall, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get some of these loaded up here real quick. And honestly, I'm really curious to probably check out our prices and see if it's gonna make sense to sell. We are playing on hard economic difficulty here, and so prices are not as good as they could be, but I think this is going to turn a profit. I really do. I want to get our first full load loaded up here and haul it up to the market, even if the prices aren't 100% their best, just to kind of get a feel for things. Oof, this is going to take a little getting used to, but I have to say pallet handling in 22 is so much better than previous iterations of the game, at least the ones that I've played. And so with that, let me go ahead and get the rest of these loaded, and we'll check back in here in a few moments. All right, so we got all of those pallets loaded up, and I realized I turned the recording off. So we have jumped over to grab the water trailer here, and I thought it would make a lot of sense to use this as kind of our all-around utility tractor. This is so much easier to get in and around these greenhouses with this smaller tractor rather than using that big case with the duals. And so we topped off the water here as long as we've got some money in the wallet, and I really shouldn't have turned that off. We're gonna bring this back over here to the water fill point and just make sure we're keeping this trailer topped off so that it's ready to go. And we also just want to keep this tractor kind of out of the way right now. I'm not sure how we're going to get that semi out of here, and we're going to be taking that thing up to the sell points here and seeing what we can get for some of this lettuce. So let's take a look here. I didn't even bother counting how many pallets we've got in here. It looks like quite a few, so we're 3 wide, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 pallets. So it looks like each of these can output 8 in its zones here. So if we're gonna get 16 pallets every 2 days, that's not too bad. So let's get this curtain closed up here. We're gonna haul all of this stuff up to the local sell point and see what kind of money we can make. If I bring up the prices menu and we scroll down here to lettuce, it looks like Grocery Mart is probably our winner right now. So I'm going to go ahead and tag that because we've never been to Grocery Mart. Now, I did a little bit of research. We are playing on hard economic difficulty right now. So 990 is actually about the average price. And so you always want to look for something a little bit above that. Kind of 1280, 1300 would be a good price. I think the max price I've seen is somewhere around 1400. And so we could hang on to this for a while and get a better price. But given that we've spent a lot of money in the last episode here and we kind of want to see how this is all going to go, I'm going to take this up to Grocery Mart here and see about selling it. Now, this is kind of a narrow path here between our fields. I'm not sure this is how we're going to want to take this semi every time, but we're gonna give this a shot. I think if I drive in the fields to my left or right with the semi or the trailer here, we're gonna wreck some fields. I think this field across from us is still pretty young, so if I turn on that, yeah, we're not destroying anything there. I don't really want to be relying on the fact that we'll always have young crops that we can drive over without destroying them, though, so we'll have to think of a better way maybe to pull this trailer into that area so that we can maybe take the other exit out and not have to try and sneak out between these fields like this. But let's get this thing on the road here, and we'll take it all the way down to Grocery Mart here. This is not our semi or trailer. We didn't buy this. This does belong to the local produce company. They're just letting us use it here today. Ooh, that peat's got some nice sounds to it too. I love it. So let's get this going here. We've got blinkers and everything working on it. Nicely done. It's such a long haul here, having to go across the road to get to our sell point. We're going to, the sell point's right there. I think we're gonna circle around Grocery Mart here. For some reason, I feel like this is the most natural path from a trucking perspective. Oh, there is a path. That's pretty narrow. Let's see if we can squeeze in here. These loading doors on the side where there's no room to actually get in with anything to load are kind of interesting. Oh, but we do have a truck dock here that we can back into, so let's give that a try. See if I can manage to sneak in here. Now, wheel slip has still been an issue, even with the new modded peat that we're using here. You can see my tires are spinning, but we're not really going anywhere very fast. So let me see if I can get a little bit more momentum. It's funny, it doesn't seem to matter that I'm going downhill. It's anytime there's a difference in elevation between the trailer and the truck, things just get out of hand here. So we're gonna back this up. Now we've got quite a bit of lettuce here. We got 3,200 liters of lettuce, and so let's see if I can get this backed in. We are already selling. I want to get it all the way back without getting stuck so we can make sure we get it all sold here. There we go. 36.73. So that's not too bad at all. So that's for 2 days worth of running our greenhouses, which means we, probably spent, we spent 10,000 on each greenhouse, I believe. And so we haven't earned back the 20,000 for the greenhouses. We've put a lot of water into those greenhouses at this point. I think we've put probably about 3 full trailers into each, and each trailer is about $730 worth of, water. And so all we need to do is sort out, how much profit we're really making there, which I guess it depends on how much water we're really pulling out. Now I'm pulling this back over here. It's not our truck, but we are going to hang on to it here since we're going to be advancing time for the next several weeks or months here as we come up to harvest. So I'm going to just put this back here, and next time we'll see about pulling out through the other driveway and if we can avoid running through our fields that way. But I want to look at the production screen here and see how much water we've used in those 2 days. Now that's actually going to be kind of hard, isn't it? Because I already refilled the water. I think I put a half a tank in this other greenhouse when I filled it up. And so that would be about $300 worth of water input to give us $1,500 roughly of lettuce. And so yeah, we're making $1,000-ish every 2 days on one of these greenhouses profit, a little bit more. So they're gonna pay for themselves. They're gonna help cover the loan costs. I don't know. I'm digging it. I think it's gonna be fun, and I don't think we're gonna expand past 2 of them because, well, let's be frank, loading pallets isn't as much fun, even though it's easier than it was in previous versions. I don't really find it that entertaining, so we're gonna keep it to 2 greenhouses here and see how it goes. Before I forget though, we are gonna pay back as much of this loan as we can, get us down to about $80,000 here. As you can see, our loan from the previous day was only $42, so not really that big of a deal. when we only had, 10, 15K of a loan out. 80K, not really going to break the bank. So I'm feeling pretty good about our current financial position. And we picked up some new things to play with here in FS22. And it gave me a chance to try out this awesome new tractor that Dennis Farms is working on. And so this is an early access. I'm doing some testing for him. All of these different transmission options and stuff I'm playing around with. So expect to see this popping up in a few different videos here over the next few weeks. And hopefully Dennis Farms is going to be releasing this soon. It seems like he's getting close on it. So stay tuned for more new mods getting showcased on the channel here. That's all for today. Ketrick, out. Well, I'm super curious where he's going. Maybe we'll get out of his way here. Hello, Mr. Dealer. Whoa, flying lettuce. Oh yeah, it looks like somebody's eating his Wheaties. I didn't know you could just pick up the lettuce pellets. We might have saved ourselves a little bit money on a new tractor. Ah, well. And it's such a long haul here. Oh, almost crashed.